She had just a beautiful skirt, and it looked so grand, but there was no embroidery in it. It was just beautifully like cut work. I'm sure I'm not going to describe it properly, but and then a really short, very simple choli blouse with a round neck. And I think she had also a chunni, and I think I would like that. There were several in that first series of creams that I thought was stunning. And I think that color also suits our skin. It's very flattering.
Yeah,
whether you're really tan or in the winter, it's beautiful. I mean, in the West, we call that winter white, so you can wear it all year round.
The Kora Kapra.
Kora kapra is fantastic, and it's really light, but it has a beautiful weight to it. So when you spin, it just catches the wind. I saw girls running, backstage, and I wish I had my phone on me because it looks so poetic to see these lovely girls,
That would make a great shoot. What an
Yeah,
idea.
yeah, it's a beautiful shoot.
Any more questions? What would be your favorite Indian attire?
I mean, I think the sari is a beautiful garment. So I think there are a million ways you can drape the sari, whether you wear it in a Gujarati style or, however you want to do it. One of the things I love about Tarun is that he makes it really easy for people like me who don't wear saris every day by, kind of draping them. And otherwise I use like 45 safety bins in my sari.
It kills the drape.
Yeah, it does. It snags the fabric and it's horrible. But I mean, I think the sari itself is something that's so versatile. But I love a good gagra. I mean, I love a really low-waisted gagra with nothing but like some beautiful heavy payal and being barefoot. To me, that rustic look is just so feminine. It's like those old temple
Paintings,
paintings, and you really can't beat it.
Well, we do a lot of things that are now for the ready to wear, which is much lighter. We use computer engineered things. We do a lot of printing that's digitally done because you can do colors that you couldn't possibly do by screen, and you can engineer the printing. So it's great for production. We do a lot of soldering of crystals, Swarovski, and light embroideries in the factories in Calcutta, and machine embroidery. That's for the lighter range like tonight. It's not very heavy on heavy handwork, and also plissé. So we do the prints and have it permanently pleated so that you can wear it for 6 hours and it's not crushing. To me, that you can travel, you can pull things out of a suitcase, put it on right away. These are modern requirements, and that's why people in the abroad wear most of their clothes have a synthetic blend because it's sort of wash and wear. They don't have time, they don't have the hobbies. So we've got to incorporate this, and we're going to lose it all to that. You'll bring out your big kanjivaram for the big wedding. So we're thinking always about how to break this up, and we had the printing sari, which you described with a little malmal ruched blouse. It's on linen with a classy border, but printed in an asymmetrical way, which on screen might not be possible. So you have to also give the younger generation freshness, so they don't want to look like their grandmothers anymore. It's just a fact of life. So we work on these things, and the draping we learned over years. We sometimes get Italian drapers or pattern makers in to help us. But now, my studios, it's like Chanel. She was never trained. But by the end of her life, nobody could do a shoulder on a jacket. Even today, the Chanel jacket is kind of, something legendary. So a studio develop its own techniques as it goes along and keeps battling at something, It's all a process of trial and error. Thank you.
One last question. How has your tour been? How has your India tour been?
It's been great. I was just at the Kala Ghoda festival, and I did an inaugural talk there, and after it was finished I had to tear out of there and come here to be in time for hair and makeup. It's been really wonderful. When I usually come to India, I don't work here, and I usually just wind up spending time with my family, and I've always missed having a grown-up life in India that was independent.
We talked about last night, yeah.
And I know people like Tarun, but I can count on one hand the people that I know like Tarun that I keep in touch with here, just because I'm not in the milieu. So to go around the country and travel with my 2 books has been quite moving. It's been really great to have the feedback from people who have read it, and I wanted Indians to like the memoir. It was very important for me that it resonated with everyday Indians or my peers in this country, and I'm very happy to say that I think it has. I look forward. We're doing 4 more cities. So tomorrow I'm going to Hyderabad, and then after that I'll be in Delhi, and then I'll do the huddle for the Hindu newspaper there. It's a Think Conclave. I think it's the first year they're doing it. So I'll be doing that, and then I'll be doing my last events in Chennai on Valentine's Day.
Hi, Padma Lakshmi, this is Priyanka. I wanted to know that how different or how similar is the paparazzi culture in both the countries. Like recently, Priyanka Chopra said that that the paparazzi culture in the US is too much to be taken by Indian celebrities. So, what is your take on that?
I mean, I would imagine if you're somebody like Priyanka and you're coming from this culture to that culture, it could be quite a shock because she's already such a big star here. So she would be used to a lot of attention, but it doesn't really compare. It's not on the same level at all. I mean, here I've been able to move quite freely. People are very respectful. They ask if they can take the picture most of the time. In New York, it's pretty unbearable. I have, paparazzi parked outside of my door, my very door, and it actually stops me from walking my daughter to school as often as I would like. It's gotten so bad that actually we've had some of our actresses go and lobby Congress to make laws to, especially for our children. Like, I want Krishna to have a normal life, and so when she's a grown-up, if she wants to be in the limelight, that will be her choice. And I try not to show her face directly when I put up a picture on Instagram or whatever, but it doesn't matter. I mean, a basic Google search will get you millions of pictures, and so it's a little hard. It's especially hard when you're trying to shield your family from that, because I've signed up to be in the public eye, but those close to me are very private people, and they haven't, and so far my family's been really supportive, and I don't have it nearly as bad as many A-list people who are in the limelight. Like, I mean, I just have a TV show on food, and I somehow managed to get way more attention than I should from my career. But if you're somebody who's really like a movie star, like Nicole Kidman or something like that, it can really be obnoxious. And I've had friends in that situation, and it's not pleasant. It almost becomes a little bit dangerous.
What is the best part of being Padma Lakshmi?
The best part of being Padma Lakshmi is
Because I
being...
can't say model because you can say model, supermodel, cook, chef, everything. So I just say.
The best part of being me is that I get to be Krishna's mom. It's really the best thing that's ever happened to me, and every day is a joy and is a new discovery. And the good thing about having a child is that you get to experience all of the simple pleasures of life, whether it's ice cream or sand between your toes, anew, like a child, and it really makes you appreciate those things. And it's also given me a greater sense of humor, because I don't sweat the small stuff anymore. I don't really care if I gained 5 pounds or the book didn't sell X amount of copies, because at the end of the day, when I'm 80, I'm not going to remember that. I'm going to remember my toes in the sand with Krishna.
You speak so well. God bless you. I want to read your memoirs on the plane. I should have taken a copy.